So, it's now time for the minifigures. The part of this mock I am the most excited about and cannot wait to show you the custom figures I have created. But there is one problem. I don't actually own every Marvel Endgame minifigure, so along the way you'll see a mix between some custom and official minifigures, but I think they're all going to look great placed on this mock. I think we can all agree there's no better way to start this mock than by starting it with the character that started the MCU, Iron Man. So this figure is the figure from the Age of Ultron Hulkbuster. I'm not sure what mark that is, but yeah, so it's a really nice figure and I think it will look great on this mock. I know it's not the one from Endgame, but the amount of figures I'd have to buy if I had to buy all the figures would cost me way too much, and so I thought it was going to be some official and some custom. So this Iron Man is the mark, I'm not sure what mark it is, but it's from Age of Ultron. It's got the old helmet piece, which you can see here, and I think it will work because all Iron Man suits, they don't look the same, but they all have their own unique parts, but I think this one looks good enough to have on this mock. So as you can see here, and obviously it's not got gold arms like the real figure, but you know, I can let that slide, and you know, it still looks incredible and it's just going to go so great on this mock. Next up we have Captain America. Now this is the first custom figure that I'm going to be adding in here, and I think it looks great as a custom. The legs, torso's from Jurassic World, legs are just plain blue legs with this hinge piece from I believe Nexo Knights. Now unlike the Lego set, I don't have a helmet for Captain America, so I've just had to leave him with his hair. He's obviously got the hammer and Thor's hammer and his shield, which just goes really nicely with this figure, and I just think looks incredible, in my opinion anyway. Next up we have God of Thunder, and that is Thor. Now this Thor figure is the one from the Endgame Battle Pack because, well, it's an Endgame Battle Pack, so I've got to have the Endgame Thor. Also with a Stormbreaker here, which is just a Lego build, but instead of bricks I've put studs there. I've had to make this out of my own parts though. And I've put him on his lightning face because, well, that's what he uses most for the film. Well, for the final battle at least. And anyway, I don't think the smiley face would really match the tone of the final battle anyway. Next up, we have Arrow Guy Hawkeye, which is right here. Now this is another custom because I don't have a Hawkeye, and I think it looks quite good. As you can see, here he is with his legs, the torso, classic bow and arrow. He's got one sleeve and no sleeve, and yeah, I just think got generic face also with just this black spiky hair, which I think looks good, matches Hawkeye's haircut. Got his quivers on the back, and also you can see this is actually a tan arm and not the arm that matches his hand, and that's because I don't have any of those arms, just to be honest. I think this colour matches it the second best, but yeah, great figure, really like it. Next up we have Black Widow. Oh wait, that's from a different scene. We actually have this Black Widow, which is just her in her time heist suit, and she's going to be just actually inside the compound because she's an important character to Endgame and the whole of the MCU, so it'd be a shame for me not to include her, so I just thought, yeah, let's just add her. Now this, I actually got this time heist suit from Nebula, who you'll see later on in the video. So yeah, next up we have Iron Man's best friend, War Machine, which is mainly parts from General Zod from DC, but with these Nexo Knight legs, because I think they look more armoured up than the legs that they used. Also with the handcuff technique, where you cut a pair of Lego handcuffs in half and add them onto the arm to make him more bulky so that it looks better, which I think looks really cool. And it's also got this gun attachment on the back for to shoot some stuff. Also, taking off the helmet, here you can see is Drax, not Drax, I don't know why I said Drax there. It's just got the Jarvis or Friday headpiece. I'm not sure who it is for War Machine, but yeah, it's just from a Nexo Knight set because I just think it kind of works. And War Machine does have a orange there, like in the films. Next up, we have Ant-Man. Now, as you saw on the plan, we are actually going to be building a giant Ant-Man. And, well, I just thought I'd use this one because in case I want to put him in his van or anything, or like fixing up the quantum realm tunnel, or I could even add him inside like I did with, like I'm going to do with Black Widow. It doesn't really matter, but here he is. It's a custom figure. I use the same helmet as War Machine. As you can see, he's got the belt there. Here's it from behind. I'm not sure what torso that is, but I think it looks quite like the Ant-Man torso. So yeah, that is Scott Lang Ant-Man. Now, probably my favourite Marvel custom I have ever made here. I just think this custom is really cool and accurate. Iron Spider. Now, it's got just mainly, this is part from Chima set, but I took my Chima apart. I think most of my Chima part figures I took apart, but I just found this torso. I think it looks really good for Iron Spider. Obviously, it's got the generic Spider-Man headpiece, because that's the only Spider-Man headpiece I have, other than the black and gold one, but that wouldn't work. As you can see here, you've got the belt there, which is the same figure. The legs, I don't know where the legs are, but they're now in my part collection. You've got plain dark blue arms with the red hands. Also, you've got the really cool, don't know what these are called, but like the claws from behind. They're like they're a bit like Doc Ock arms, but they're not, because they're Spider-Man, obviously. Next up, we've got one of the most powerful characters in this scene, and that is Wanda, because she's so strong in this scene. She almost kills Thanos just on her own, but then, you know, stuff happens. I can't really remember. It's been a while since I watched that bit. But anyway, so yeah, as you can see, I've given her some red studs for her powers, and also this is the Age of Ultron figure, because I think the Wanda's costume for like superhero doesn't really change throughout the MCU. It's just, at least up till Endgame, it's just kind of her casual red clothes with like black legs and stuff, which does look really good. It makes it a lot easier when making this. It doesn't really matter because it's still the same figure and it looks the same. So yeah, it's a really cool figure, I really like it. And yeah, moving on to the next character, we've got Bucky Barnes as the Winter Soldier, but he's not a soldier. He's Bucky Barnes. So yeah, as you can see, I've got he's got a nice beard piece, he's got his nice beard print with his metal arm on the side. Also with these cool legs. I probably will change out the legs. If you've got any better leg suggestions, put them in the comments and I'll see if I've got those pieces and see if they'll work. You can see you've got his gun here. You've got this kind of hairpiece, which if I ever get the serious black hairpiece from Harry Potter, I'll change it out to be that hairpiece, because I just think it'll work and look nicer. But yeah, so as you can see, there's his gun, and I think he's a cool character. Next up, we have got Sam Wilson as Falcon, and here he is. Now this is the only figure that's actually yellow, because I just don't have the right headpiece for him. Like, for most of the figures, my Marvel figures, I've had to like take off heads from Stormtroopers and all Star Wars characters, but I just don't have a good headpiece that would work for Falcon. So I've given him this yellow one with a beard, which I think works quite well. And I've also given him this hairpiece. Now, I'm not sure if this is from other Falcon figures or actually the new Black Panther figures, but if you know, let me know in the comments. But yeah, I still think it looks good. But now let's actually get onto the main bit of the figure. Got these custom wings, which I do quite like. I made them myself. As you can see, they've got red, grey and black on them, which I think quite colours Falcon uses quite often. He's got a plain black torso, because I just think it's the best one I had, and this is what it looks like from the other side. It's just a fireman's torso. So yeah, adding those on. So yeah, that is Falcon. As you can see, you've got red legs, same as Hawkeye and my Ant-Man customs. So next up, we've got, I was supposed to do this figure earlier, but I think I forgot about it, and that is the Hulk. So the Hulk is, other than Thanos, which I'll get onto at the very end of the video, this is the only big figure I'm going to be including, and I think it's really nice. It is the Age of Ultron Hulk, because it's the only Hulk I have. And obviously in Endgame, he is like the smart Professor Hulk, but Lego haven't made a figure of Smart Hulk, and this is the only Hulk I have, so it's going to have to be the Hulk I use in this mock. So yeah, nice big fig. Obviously he would be wearing his black clothes and his arm would be in the cast or something, but Lego haven't made it, so this is all I've got to work with. So yeah, still a cool figure, and at least it's an official figure. Next up, we have Doctor Strange, which is quite a good custom in my opinion. He's got Iron Man's head, he's got this hairpiece, he's got his cape, And obviously this is paper and I drew on it because it's the only way I could get his other bit of a cape. He's got this torso from, I believe, a Shark Army General from the Ninjago movie. Got plain blue legs, and no, I took out the arms off that figure because I don't think the burnt up arms would have really worked on this custom. But yeah, in my opinion, it's a really nice figure and I quite like it. Next up, we've got another good custom in my opinion, and that is Wong. So here he is. I did make a YouTube short on him. I think I might have made a YouTube short on a few of these figures, but not all of them. So here we have him. He's got plain blue legs, just some, and he's also got this hip piece, which is the same as my custom Ant-Man, Hawkeye and Falcon now. So I've got quite a few of these hip pieces apparently lying about. We've got the torso from Jafar from the Disney collectible minifigures, and also you can see the blue arms with the correct hands. Also we've got this face print, which is from Doctor Wu from the, I believe, Jurassic World, and also this hairpiece because Wong has quite short hair and this is probably the shortest hairpiece I have. So yeah, very nice. Next up we have Pepper Potts as Rescue. Now I have just used an Iron Man figure basically for this because, well, it's basically an Iron Man suit and I think it'll look better just to use an official Iron Man figure than like trying to make a custom. As you just saw, I've just put a plain blue head underneath because I took the head to make Doctor Strange. And I believe this is the Mark 17 Heartbreaker from Iron Man 3. And this is just a really cool figure, so I thought, you know, may as well include it on the mock because if it looks good, it'll look good on the mock. That's how I think of it. Next up, we have Black Panther. Quite a weak custom in my opinion, but a great character in the MCU. The torso and legs, I really like this custom. It's just the head really. I don't have a good printed head that would look good for Black Panther, so I've just had to use a plain black head with a hat on top to represent the crown kind of thing. I think it works, but you know, it's alright, it'll do. If I put him towards the back or like fighting an enemy or something, like if I have him like his claws like up here like this, you probably won't really be able to see his face, so I think would look quite good. So yeah. Okay, moving on to the 3 Guardians of the Galaxy figures I have, and I'm going to be including this mock. I'll tell you a bit more about why I'm not doing them all later in the video, and that is Star-Lord. So first up, this figure I really do like. I think it's quite accurate to how Star-Lord looks in the film. As you can see, he's got these nice printed legs, a nice printed torso, the correct head and hair, which I don't know where I got the hair from, but the head is from Owen from Jurassic World. Also, I've got his awesome mixtape on the back, which I got from a Lego Movie 2 set. But yeah, just a really cool figure, and he's such a cool character in my opinion. And obviously, I've got his iconic guns, which came on the Ninja Subspeeder from Ninjago. I just took them off the side because they look a lot nicer on Star-Lord than on the side of the vehicle in my opinion. And yeah, just a really nice figure. Another important character for Endgame was Nebula. Now this Nebula is, look, it's custom, but the face is official. Like I said, I got it from the Time Heist Nebula. And as you can see, she's got her metal arm, similar to Bucky. Obviously, this the legs are from the Star-Lord this Star-Lord fit custom. The torso and legs go together for this. But yeah, obviously, and this torso, I believe, the torso here, I believe is from a Lego Movie robot. I've got no idea where, I think it's from the first Lego Movie CMF, but just think it would kind of work for Nebula. So yeah. And then finally we've got this custom built Groot, which yeah, I did make a YouTube short on him. So he's got posable arms and stuff, movable head. Now the reason I'm not including all of the Guardians of the Galaxy in this mock is because, well, if I'm going to be honest, I don't have them. So what I'm going to do is, without spoiling the advent calendar, if I get the Lego Guardians of the Galaxy advent calendar, I'll be using some of the figures from that in this mock. I'm not going to tell what figures in case you don't want to be spoilt on them. But yeah, I just thought I'd be telling you that. That's why not all of the Guardians are here. Same with characters like Black Panther and Falcon. If I end up getting the correct minifigures, I'll be swapping them out. And I'll probably do YouTube shorts on them or something. So if you want to see them. Okay, anyway, start on to the Asgardians now. We have got Valkyrie. Now, I am including Valkyrie's horse in this mock, but you'll have to wait till the next part, the extras part, to see that. It's not really that complex, but this is the figure from the Endgame Battle Pack. Same with Thor and the 3 other figures that I'm going to be including. No printed legs, nice cape, great torso, great headpiece. Hairpiece I think could have been a bit better because Valkyrie's hair actually does look a lot longer in Endgame, but I don't really have many black hair pieces, so I'm probably going to have to leave it as this. But it does look very good in my opinion, and it's a cool figure, and it'll definitely go great when put with the horse. Next up, we have one of my favourite characters in the MCU, probably top 5, and that is Korg. Now this Korg figure is yet again from the Endgame Battle Pack. He's got his cool weapon here. I'm not really sure what this weapon is, but it looks cool. And then also you've got his really cool printed legs, cool printed torso. No arm printing, but that doesn't really matter. It would have been cool to have a bit of rock printed on the side, but they're still great figure. You've got his armor piece here. Got his really cool headpiece along with well, I don't know what this his like rock headpiece. I'm not really sure what this piece is called, but it is cool. That's all I know. And it's such a cool character, and I really like this as a figure. The next one isn't really a figure, but it kind of is, and that is Meek in his robot mech suit from Ragnarok and Endgame. Now this is another really cool figure. It's got surprisingly quite a lot of posability in this mech, like a hip rotation, arms can move on their own, arms can move together, the legs can move. It's just a really cool figure. And obviously you've got his this really cool printed headpiece, as you can see there. Just think it looks really nice, and Meek is a cool character. He's quite funny. You could like how he's just in a mech most of the time, but yeah. So now probably on my least favourite custom of this entire mock, but she's an important character kind of, so I just thought I'd add her. Any guesses? And that is the Wasp. Now, yeah, this is an awful custom. I'm going to be open and just say that because I just really don't like it, but I don't have any better alternatives. I think it's just mainly the helmet that I don't like, but I've done my best because when I was looking at reference images, she did kind of have a yellow and gold helmet. Also, the torso, it's alright, it's got the yellow hands. The wings I do quite like though, the Wasp wings, so you can kind of imagine like they're her wings and she could be flying with them like that. But yeah, alright, it's an alright, you know, it's just eh. I'll definitely be putting this figure towards the back of the mock, out of the way so you can't really see them. But just so they'll be there, so you know. Next up, well, we're on the villains now. Wow, this has gone quickly. Now we have a Chataro. Now this Chataro is just the same one that came in like almost every Infinity Saga set. But the only downside is I only have one Chataro, and that is from the Endgame Final Battle Pack. Now, I'm not sure what I'm going to do about that because, well, obviously, I only have one, but I'm just probably going to put them on the mock, and, you know, hopefully the Leviathan build will make the villain side a lot more stronger, hopefully at least. But yeah, it's a cool figure, and just like it, like the look of it, cool printing, really detailed, and yeah. Finally, we've got the main villain of 2 films, and that is Thanos, the Mad Titan. Now here he is. I do really quite like this build. Here it's a custom big fig. It's inspired by, I believe, Chataro, I think that's how his name's pronounced, who did a Thanos build a bit like this. And it's just such a cool figure, and I was inspired to make my own. And obviously mine's not as good as his because he uses they use their official Thanos head and hand pieces, but I think mine looks good, and I do quite like it. It's got movable legs, and yeah, so I just think it's really cool. So yeah, here you can see all the figures, and there's just so many hero figures that's going to be placed on this mock, and maybe more in the future. So yeah, make sure to like and subscribe if you enjoyed this video. If you made it this far, you obviously enjoy this style of content, and a subscribe and a like will be great appreciative. And yeah, I'll see you in the next few parts. Goodbye.